This happened when I was a trip in Palawan, and it's New Year. Most of my guests came from the land down under and from the UK. Before we went to dinner, most of them started to strip off their clothes and started running butt naked towards the beach.
One of my guests had something to eat that didn't really agree with her stomach. We were driving that day for 6 hours, 4 or 5 hours from Sagada to Baguio. For breakfast, she had something that didn't really agree with her stomach. So she had a very bad stomach ache, and literally every 10 minutes during the drive, she would fart. At first, I was just keeping it to myself. And then later on, I had to ask her if she was okay because I started smelling it. And I told her if she wanted to go out, if she wanted us to open the windows, she would just tell us. But yeah, we were laughing for 5 hours literally, but she was very cool with it.
We were in Bohol when we did the quad biking or ATV. In every activities that we do, I always start with a safety briefing, so safety comes first. So what I did was I told them that no horse playing, eyes on the road, hands on the wheel. But you know what? I ended up being the one who tripped. So we ended up having a good laugh about myself.
Last year, I'm handling 45 all-male guests, and it was an incentive trip. So they were partying all night. There was an incident about late in the evening already, and the security just told me that one of my guests had been locked out of his room naked because he was too drunk.
Whenever I get commendations from my guests, I feel so proud and humble at the same time. That feeling of that sense of great accomplishment. It may not be perfect always, but coming from my guest's perspective that I gave my best shot, that is really something for me, a standout.
More likely you're going to know about this when it's already the farewell dinner or farewell night. You know, if they were telling you a lot of good stuff that makes your heart really happy. Like for example, they were telling you this is one of the best trips I have in recent years. All of the good words they were telling you, and of course, you feel stand out for that.
This happened in Palawan way back 2019 when I was sent with Miss Donna to be trained to run the Palawan trip. And I can say this is the best group that I ever had. They were so nice. Everybody's in game mode. Everyone is, happy and fine and friendly. And even Miss Donna can say this is one of her best trips.
This was with Emily and Christina. They're Americans visiting the Philippines for family. In one of her side trips, she asked me if it was okay to stop by one place before going to Tagaytay. Little did I know she was reuniting with a long-lost half-sister who was left after their dad migrated to the US. And at first we didn't have any clue how we could find the sister. All she had was the name of her father's friend. And Cavite is a really big place. Cavite City was a really big place, so we had to ask around. And then when we were almost about to give up, we asked one of the old people in Cavite public market who happened to know their father and told us where their old house was. And surprisingly, we found their old house, and we also found their sister. And it was a really magical moment. Shout out to Christina and Emily, by the way.
You travel for free, but it's not more than just traveling. You're working, and your job is to make their trip special.
Most people, they will tell you that being a tour guide, the best part will be having everything almost free. Staying in a 5-star hotel for free, eating different kind of food for free, but that's not the case for me. For me, the best thing would be meeting new people, having new friends, which later becoming your family. And for me, I'll be the happiest whenever I start seeing them loving my country. For me, that's the best thing about being a tour guide.
It's a bit cliche, but you can't really answer this question without being too cheesy. The best thing would be to show friends and clients what your country is all about. Nothing feels more empowering other than showing people your culture, the best things about your country and how you love your country. So I think that really is the best thing in being a tour guide. You're carrying the weight of the nation in your shoulders. Not a lot of jobs are able to do that, you know.
You get to travel for free. You'll be able to visit most of the locations in the Philippines for free. Second, you get to try the local delicacies and the food. Third, you get to meet the people. And fourth, of course, you get to share, to tell the story of the history, the culture, the traditions of the country to all the visitors that will be coming here.